Ready to go on a road trip? But what road trip? My name's Marcus and this is Lucy, and we like visiting theme parks all around the world. And we wanted to visit as many theme parks as possible within a week by driving across Europe and spending as little money as possible. The route was simple. We drive to Folkestone and get the Eurotunnel over to Calais. We drive all the way across Belgium, the Netherlands and into Germany, where we stay in Essen, stopping on the way at Brussels because I nearly fell asleep at the wheel. The next day we go to Movie Park Germany. The following day we drive back into the Netherlands to go to Toverland. After a day at Toverland we drive back into Germany, stay at some random creepy place in the middle of some fields and drive down to Phantasialand, where we check into the Charles Lindbergh Hotel. After 2 days at Phantasialand, we drive back towards Belgium and go to Walibi Belgium. After that, we drive up to Bobbejaanland. After our day at Bobbejaanland, we have our hotel cancelled and then have to find an emergency hotel last minute. And then on the last day, go to Plopsaland, right up by the French border, and get back on the Eurotunnel and come back to the UK. Simple. Our adventure starts at 1 in the morning, where we're heading to the Eurotunnel in Folkestone.
It's all blurry, Marcus. It's all blurry.
Right here.
Right here. It looks like Disney World. Oh, careful. Ooh, careful. You can do it, Marcus. Ooh, what was that?
We're on the train and it's like 4 in the morning still. And I don't think anyone is going to drive on behind us. I feel like we're the last car. There's not many cars at this time in the morning because no one's as crazy as us. We're the last car.
No one likes us.
Once the train reached France, we started the long drive to Brussels, where we got a train into the centre and went to see Mannequin Piss. We also saw this massive atom thing and then got back in the car to carry on towards Germany. Ah! Nearly falling asleep at the wheel, so stopped for some hot food. I keep falling asleep, so it's time for another attempt of waking me up at the wheel. Luckily, I did manage to stay awake and we made it to Essen, where we checked into our first overnight stay. Hello and welcome to the very first apartment tour of the trip. As you can see, it's quite nice. It's got a living area, bedroom in here, and kitchen and toilet. Wow! All of the accommodations on this trip are the cheapest places we could find because we wanted to keep costs low on this trip. So it's going to be exciting to see what some of the places we're staying in look like on this trip. But the following day, it was finally time to start the theme park road trip with our first park, Movie Park Germany. Good morning and welcome back to our car. Currently sat outside of Movie Park Germany. However, just couldn't get this camera you're watching us on out of the pocket in my car. It wedged itself nicely so that we couldn't open up the door to the compartment. But as you can see, we've got the camera now. We had to pry it open like some sort of James Bond film, whatever. Anyway, Movie Park Germany, are you excited?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. Welcome to Horrorwood Studios. Luckily, they are letting us take this camera onto some rides with us today, which is going to be really fun. Let's get into the park and have a look at what there is to offer. Here we are, walking down the street. I feel like every movie park, like Studios theme park, has to start with like some sort of like street, and it always has to look like Hollywood with like a cinema. The first ride we did was Van Helsing's Factory, and this was a fantastic little roller coaster. It's only a family coaster, but it's got a complete horror theme and is actually quite scary. It reminded me a lot of The Walking Dead at Fort Park, you know, a family coaster with a horror theme. But this is obviously leagues better than The Walking Dead. Next, we wanted to try the park's newest attraction. And here it is, the new ride. Movie Park Studio Tour. No, that is not Marty McFly, and yes, he did reference Steven Frillberg.
Steven Frillberg.
We absolutely loved this ride though, as you can see by our reactions. It was really good. I thought for a second they'd named a ride after me, but it's Time Riders. We didn't expect much from Time Riders, but it was absolutely fantastic. It's like Star Tours, but far, far more intense. That was nuts. There's our spaceship. That was bonkers.
We sat down on these like plastic garden chairs, and I was like, this isn't gonna be anything. Why are we putting on a seatbelt?
We really get flung out of our seats.
That was like Star Tours on another level.
We're going on Bandit, which is the wooden roller coaster. Bandit has a reputation for being one of the roughest wooden roller coasters in the world. And we wanted to see if it was true. Why don't you just come along for a ride and see for yourself? What the hell just happened? I don't think anything more needs to be said. It started to rain, so we decided to kill time in the gift shop. Have a look at some mugs. Mugs. Look at all the mugs. You got Star Trek. You got the movie park ones. You got SpongeBob. A cube. Bandit. Oh, look at Van Helsing's factory one. After looking at the mugs, we decided to get some lunch. Ready for the best food review ever? Chicken noodles. Yum. This Halloween, Lucy's come dressed as Flamingo Land. Hey. Here we're walking down to Area 51, and here's a look at Star Trek. Right to the right. One thing I'm noticing about the rides here is that their dark ride scenes are fantastic. Like the dark ride element of Area 51 and Studio Tour and Van Helsing, the actual scenes themselves, they're so impressive. They're really big, and there's so much physical theming. It looks great. It's really cool. This was especially true at the next ride we went on, Excalibur, which was their Rapids ride that they had recently rethemed, and it looked incredible. I've heard reports that this ride is the hidden gem of this place, so we'll have to see. Whoa. This is mental. Here we are. You ready? You got your flamingo land anorak on?
I do.
Let's do it. How is there not more people talking about this ride? That was so good. That was amazing. After this, we went on Star Trek. And the drop tower. Oh god. Our feet are just like dangling below us. And then prepared for the park to be turned into its Halloween mode. We were absolutely blown away to find out that the park has over 200 actors all around the park within their free scare zones, their shows, and all 8 of their horror mazes. Unfortunately, we weren't allowed to film inside any of the horror mazes, and there's too many mazes to go through them one by one, but we sum up here on what our thoughts were of the entire event. Oh my lord, what an amazing...
This was so good.
Honestly, Halloween at Movie Park Germany, you have to just come and experience it because it is just so good. We did all 8 mazes and they're so good. My favourite's probably Hell House.
I would say Hell House.
Hell House 2. Actually no, I'm changing my favourite to Slaughterhouse. There's so many, there's 8 mazes, but there's actors all the way through the main street here, and then all the way through what they call Acid Rain, which is the next area, and then all the way through the western area, even further back where Bandit is. Now it is worth noting that we felt very lucky and grateful for Movie Park Germany to allow us entry into all of these mazes for free when they would usually cost roughly around €5 each, except from Hell House, which costs €15 per person. The reason for this is Hell House is a much larger experience where you put on a blindfold and get on a bus which takes you to a completely unknown location where you enter the haunted house. And it was very, very impressive. I've never experienced a Halloween attraction like it. Also, something I've never seen before is the movie studio coaster, their brand new ride, gets totally flipped into a Halloween mode after 6 PM. All the screens, audio is completely changed, and physical theming is actually brought in and added every single day at 6 PM. It was so impressive that we had to ask afterwards, and they confirmed that they actually built the ride with this mode in mind. And you can tell every single screen and detail changes with the ride in its after dark mode, and it is so insanely impressive. Now back to myself and Lucy, who are very tired. That was mental. Now we need to go back and get sleep before doing Toverland tomorrow, which that one closes even later, so we need to sleep. If you liked this video, subscribe. Bye bye. Bye.